Welcome, everybody, to the November Energies and Shamanic Journeying today. I'm very excited. I hope you guys all had an amazing Samhain, and we're still in that beautiful energy of where the veil is very thin between our world and the spirit realm, though that veil really is so thin now as we have been working on ourselves and the planet's frequencies. We're so much more connected to the spirit realm and our ancestors and working with them. But I do hope you guys all enjoyed these last several days where we've been tuning in. And if this is your first time and you didn't see the October one, the October energy reading and shamanic journeying, that journeying we did was specifically to connect with your ancestors. So if you wanted to go back and look at that on my YouTube video, you can do that. That's always there for you. Okay, but let us dive into today and this month's energies because they're, again, once more, very powerful. So I will share screen with you. Okay, we're good with that. I'm just going to hide this here. All right. All right, so we are doing a November 2025 energy reading and shamanic journeying. Sorry if it's a little bit hard to see here, but I will be using the Oracle Deck of the Dragonfae by Lucy Cavendish, and the design is by Blue Angel Gallery. They're really, really pretty. I when I was deciding what I wanted to do, because November, we're in this Scorpio energy right now where it's just very magical and very mysterious, because Scorpio energy is all about diving deep, going in our internal world, but our underworld, working with our shadow self. And that is really highlighted this month, as you will see. So let us get started. I hope you enjoy. I really love this deck. I actually haven't worked with it in years, and I pulled it out and I'm like, oh, we need to work with this month. They're perfect, as you will see. So the energy for the beginning of November, I pulled the Wild Huntress, Face Your Shadow. I'm going to give you a moment or two to connect with the energy of this card because, like I always say, this is a very general reading. And so some of this will resonate with you and some of it won't, which is perfectly fine because, again, it's a very general reading. So I'm going to give you a moment for yourself to connect with the energy here and see if any messages, anything comes up for you specifically. So just take a moment now. I love the beauty of this card. It is so powerful, so dynamic, so just, yeah, just like I said, it's so Scorpio. Now, before I get in, I just wanted to share a couple of quick stories with you about my own experiences with my own shadow self. And, you know, as a I can say I'm a healer. I've been, a lot of you know that I've been working for 26 years now, working as a massage therapist, a Reiki therapist, doing a lot of energy work and that deeply with people, but also with my own stuff. And, our inner world, our shadow self has always been a little bit tricky for us, or for myself. I can only speak really for my own experiences. And just very quickly, many years ago, I was struggling a little bit with my mental health, I guess you would say, thoughts and that. And I took a course, a fun course through the Shift Network on the gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt, which you guys know is so fascinating. And the woman was talking about the goddess Sekhmet. And the goddess Sekhmet is a fiery goddess. She's all about the fire element. She's very passionate. She is a healer. She is a protector. She, I think, also is in childbirth too. But just so much strength and light and just this very powerful being. And then she spoke about Segment's shadow self, her shadow side, which is very violent. If you know some of her stories, where very quickly, because I know some of you do know this, but for those of you who don't, there is a story where I believe it was the god Amon, who did not like what humans were doing on the planet, and he sent Sekhmet to deal with it. And she went in this very, very violent stage in a rage, because again, the fire element, the other side to the fire is rage and anger. And she became very violent, and they couldn't stop her. And to stop her, I think there's been two stories. Either they filled the Nile with beer or with wine. I think it might have been red wine, as like looking like blood. And she started drinking from it, and it put her to sleep. And that's how they got her to stop. So the reason why I'm telling you the story now is when I was listening to this, I was like, well, if the gods and goddesses have, they have this very light, beautiful side to themselves, but then they also have their own shadow side. And Segment seems to just simply accept and embrace it. And I'm like, why am I fighting myself? Not that I'm violent or want to be, of course, but at the same time, sometimes we get too much into healing and think we have to heal everything, when it really is about acceptance of just understanding that it's okay to be like this. This is a part of ourselves. This is all right. And our shadow side really helps us to dive in deeply into those aspects of ourselves that we've hidden away, that we've rejected, that we've pushed away, or maybe haven't taken some time to really understand. And our shadow side is beautiful for this. And for the energies, like I said, of November, Scorpio, the energy of Scorpio really asks us to dive deep into our shadow self, into our underworld, and to really feel comfortable there and accepting that this is a part of us, and it's a good part of us, and it has a lot of hidden gems of wisdom for us if we are patient and if we are understanding and loving. Because really the whole lesson a shadow self can give us is that understanding of a deep, coming to a deeper place of unconditional love for ourselves and our being. So when I pulled this card, this first card for beginning of November, I was like, of course. Of course it would be the wild huntress. Of course it would be about facing our shadow. And what I really feel with this card is, again, we have this moth here. The moth is always attracted to light. It is our guide. It is part of our guides of moving towards the light. And yes, we can heal and bring aspects of ourselves into the light, but it's also about revealing, about showing us these deeper aspects of ourselves that are hidden, that are really something to maybe hidden talents, hidden gifts, hidden wisdom that can really support us in this world and where we're going and what we're meant to do. So lots of beauty, lots of mystery and beauty, and just, yeah, so much richness in this. Um, our deepest wounds. I did feel for some of you that there are some very, very deep wounds, very deep, ones maybe of pain and sadness, that it is time to look at, to heal, to let go. Maybe ones of simply just forgiving yourself of having those experiences, that there's nothing that you can do with those experiences of except forgive yourself and know that they happened and it's okay. Again, accepting those, and sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's enough. So again, what came up for me very strongly is how you see yourself, how you see your physical body, and really accepting that. The body, the image came up for me strongly when I was feeling the energy of this card. And we've talked about this over especially in the spring, we worked with the goddesses, and this really came up more on the lighter side, but this has come up several times. And again, I think it's because we have this society and social media that both, it's not just with women, though it's awful, the imagery for women that they show about our who women are and our bodies, but males too. And so this feels like it keeps coming up. It's something to look at, to really honor and love our physical aspects, our physical beings, and embracing that as an image, as a yes, image, but also a part of representing the god or the goddess of ourselves, and really accepting and loving that and coming to a deeper understanding, a deeper place, whether of acceptance, of a higher learning or wisdom there for you, or just really delving deeper into what it means to be a goddess or a god, of loving yourself more. So if this resonates with you, this is something that you can look at yourself, over this coming month. Allow yourself to rebel and break free from other society's expectations. This is a big one for all of us. um, uh, Sometimes, again, accepting ourselves is just realizing that we're working a little bit too hard to meet other people's expectations, whether it's family or close friends or society. And this really came up strongly for me too over the last couple of months this fall, was again, being in that mindset of healing all the time. It's like, wait a minute, I don't need to heal this. This is an expectation that I'm feeling from others, that I'm forcing myself to put myself into this box. And it's okay to be different. It's okay to do things completely different from the norm of everybody else. And that's something to celebrate and enjoy. And so, this energy that the shadow self brings in, the wild huntress, this wildness of rebel. It's okay to rebel. It's okay to embrace and liberate yourself, break free of how we've, and this is actually the energy of this time, of this whole planet. It is like things are breaking down all over the place. Our systems are breaking down. It's meant to break down now. But how do we rebuild if we can't embrace that rebelness, that and embrace and own that feeling of liberating yourself from those old ways of doing things and those limiting beliefs, then we can't create something new and better. So we have to go through even this breakdown within ourselves and find that unique, authentic parts of ourselves to celebrate and to embrace again. And our shadow self will help us see that and will help lighten our way in a way, will guide us onto that path in a safe, loving, gentle way. And I love this popped into my head. It's good to be perfectly different. We have this mindset of like needing to be perfect or to do things right. And everything about ourselves is already perfect and right. And it's okay to be different from everybody else's perfect and right. The hunt within yourself. What are you not accepting? So again, this adventure, explorer, discovering, going into this part of you that maybe you have delved in, but maybe there's other areas that you haven't seen yet or that are hidden, which you're going to see very, very soon because this energy, this theme keeps coming up throughout this whole month that we're looking at. But if maybe you haven't explored your own underworld, you haven't deepened or connected, the relationship that you have with your shadow self is just superficial and needs to deepen, needs to be explored more. This is you going in and having that adventure, that discovery. It can be a lot of fun. It doesn't have to be scary. And no, the Scorpio energy does have that a little bit. Going into the darkness, into the unknown, it can be a bit scary, but it doesn't have to be either. And you're going to see that in a little bit as we move through this month. So let us move into the middle of November. This is a very powerful card. I love this card too. Lady Luna's Magic. Take a moment to connect here yourself and see what resonates with you. So what I love about this card, this beautiful, powerful dragon holding that fire, the scepter in his hand, or her hand, actually, it's Lady Luna's, her hand there. It's like you've gone and worked in your underworld. You've connected with your shadow self. You have, either you needed to heal some deeper wounds, or you have been shown and things have been revealed to you, new inner wisdom. You have gained more of your power. You have reclaimed more of your power back. And now you hold it, you stand within it. And it's just this beautiful strength, quiet presence. It's not being within your power, isn't always or very much really at all, actually at all, to be about taking action in your life. It's really simply just a presence, a being within your power. And that's really shown, I feel, anyways, with this energy of Lady Luna's magic here. She is just within herself, her being and holding, being, reclaiming, has reclaimed her power and holds it. And it's just this beautiful aura around her, her being. It's just there. And understanding too what I feel, as we can see with this synchronizing with the lunar time and energies, is this power and understanding that maybe you have reclaimed or are understanding in a deeper way, a deeper connection, coming into an alignment with Mother Earth and the cosmos and the cycles and rhythms of Mother Earth and the cosmos. And again, just being in this very quiet space, holding this space in this alignment and just being. And the middle of November to me feels like you have gained a lot of wisdom and almost this mastery of understanding coming into these other energies that play around us, but you're holding it. You don't need to take action. You're within yourself, and it's just this being within this presence. So it's really a deeper opening and a deeper connection. And I keep getting relationship in my mind. That's why I keep stopping, because I'm like, how do I bring this? Okay, so I keep getting the word relationship. You are deepening your relationship and connections with Mother Earth and the cosmos, and you're just sitting and being quietly within these energies and allowing them to flow through you up and down. And receiving, tuning in, I felt this strongly too, tuning in to the higher wisdom. I feel like this is your higher self, and really simply receiving. And again, like I said, this isn't a period or time of action. It's really a resting period or a quiet period where you take in the information, the wisdom that is coming to you now. And you simply allow yourself to be and take it in and process it, attune with it, and have a deeper understanding with it. Yes. And it really is filling you, and really you just understanding what it means to hold this energy right now. And it really brings you into this very centered, balanced place deeply within you, where you feel like everything's good. I'm grounded, I'm centered, I'm balanced. It's good. And I feel like with the full moon, there's going to be a lot of insight. Actually, I feel like the full moon is this week, isn't it? It's soon. So already there's a lot of things at play here. And again, like I keep mentioning, we are in the time of Scorpio. So just by going in and connecting and working with your shadow self and your inner self, you are listening to the cycle and rhythm of this time of being within yourself. And it doesn't matter if you are in the northern hemisphere right now or the southern hemisphere, because I know the southern hemisphere is in springtime, but the Scorpio energy within the southern hemisphere of embracing the springtime and the newness, you're still working on this beautiful November Scorpio energy of bringing the light down into to your underworld, to the shadow self. So it's still all the same thing. We're a little bit, our experiences are slightly different from northern to southern, but still very, very much the same at the same time. So very interesting and cool to see how this plays out for you specifically. Okay. And our end part of November, look who we have who returns to us. We are not leaving our shadow self this month. We received the Wild Huntress again. But very different energy at the end of the month. Not so much what we talked about at right now, what is happening right now, or what we could experience right now with our shadow self. Something a little bit different that our shadow self is bringing to us at the end. But once more, take a moment to connect for yourself. Whereas I felt at the beginning of this month, there was more to do with some healing, deeper wounds, definitely the theme of acceptance, accepting, strengthening our relationship with our shadow self. At the end of November, once more, I feel like we're connecting well, this whole month, we're connecting with our shadow self. She or he has a lot to impart to us. But this energy at the end of the month has more to do with revealing hidden inner wisdom and inner wisdom that needs to be revealed or seen right now to help you with where you're going in your journey, your next steps. That there may be hidden talents, hidden gifts, maybe back from childhood that you pushed aside because the adults around you weren't accepting of those talents or gifts or those ideas that you had. Maybe it's something that as an adult, you were doing other things, that there were, your own personal priorities. Maybe if you were starting a family or a new career, those things were more important for you at those times. And you pushed away deep within yourself those hidden passions or insights or clarities that you were like, oh, I can't do that right now, or that was a little bit scary, maybe overwhelming for you. But now your shadow self is like, no, it's time. It's time to embrace those dreams, those hidden, wants or needs, those hidden passions, those little hidden like longings that are like, it's time. And maybe it's not even something that you have been aware of that is deeply within yourself, that has been hidden. Maybe it wasn't safe for those aspects of yourself to come out and shine, to show or reveal themselves to you. But now it is. And your shadow self is going to show and reveal them to you. So the end of November feels like so much excitement, so much energy, so much, you know, things are starting to want to move and awaken within you deeply. And feels just so like fun. The inner child is starting to be like, okay, well, maybe I'm not afraid to try this now, to step into this. Let's play a little bit. So, this is about you dreaming big, working with your shadow self to step into your truth, working with your shadow self. They will give you the courage to take that leap of faith, liberating yourself. And this is a different liberating from what we talked about at the beginning of this month of what we're doing. This one is now liberating those aspects of you that are ready to shine and to ready to show the world, realizing your gifts. And sorry, I just got a little bit of fear that came up from what I just said. Liberating yourself, realizing your gifts. This is about liberating yourself and realizing them for yourself. You don't need to show the world quite yet if you're not ready. That's okay. Um, her fierceness, her fierce power, or him, whoever your shadow self is, their fierce power will clear away any obstacles blocking your path. Your shadow side is ready to take the lead for you in your life right now. And your shadow self has so much power, so much wisdom, and is ready to show you that way. So let them, allow them. Um, this is working with your shadow self in maybe a different way that you ever have worked with them before, giving full reign to them. This might be very new and maybe a little bit uncomfortable at first. But remember, your shadow self is you. Um, when we talk about being afraid of our shadow self, you're saying that you're afraid of yourself. Again, accepting and knowing it's all good. And again, we're not looking at aspects of yourself that you could see as evil or bad or wrong. It's not that at all. And this is about you freeing up and accepting parts of yourself that are actually really powerful and quite amazing. It's just maybe you have to see it in a different way. So I love this. Work with her, not for healing, but to empower yourself. Changing, maybe you may need to change the way how your relationship is with your shadow self. So if you haven't done a lot of shadow self work, this is a great month to really move in deeply within yourself and to do some of this in a comfortable way, whether it's in meditation, whether this is walking in the woods beside water, um, taking baths, in dance or movement or singing, through painting or creating, whatever vehicle works for you, being in that flow of energy and opening yourself up to explore and expand. It doesn't have to be just with sitting and meditating. It can be in any way that works for you, because again, this is your uniqueness, this is your power, your unique power, your unique gifts. This is about exploring you, and that is unconditional love. That's the best thing you can give yourself. So embrace. And this last card that we have really sums up this whole month and the energy of this month. I mean, it's just the story, the energy flow, the synchronicity is just always perfect when we do these readings. So the overall energy of November, Hideki's door, a knock on the door. So once more, take a moment to connect for yourself and see what is revealed for you. So there is an invitation here for you this month, and it's completely your choice, but there is an invitation for you to open, to knock, first to knock on the door within yourself. Something is hidden. Something is wanting to be revealed to you, and it's specific to you. And like I said, it can be within a healing. It can be with a deeper wisdom, insight. It can be something that is unknown. That is completely unknown. It could be something that, is not completely unknown, but has been pushed to the side. But there is an invitation for us to knock and to open a door within ourselves and to allow it to be revealed to us. And the key does seem to be our shadow self, going into our underworld and exploring. Your hidden power is awakening and ready to be revealed. Whatever is to be revealed to you will empower you. And this is just so exciting. This is, yes. And I do feel what will be revealed to will really support, help you, or be a key to your next steps in your journey. And like I said, this isn't a month or time to take action. It is simply a time to receive the wisdom and to deepen your connections to Mother Earth, to the cosmos, to your shadow self. In a way, I feel like it's bringing you more strength in what you need to do and what is coming. So when it is when it is time to take action, you have that strength. You won't feel that fear or uncertainty or resistance or any of that. It will be like, yeah, I'm okay. And maybe 20 years ago, if this is something that's coming back for you, there was too much fear or too much resistance, or it simply wasn't the right time. Probably just wasn't the right time. And now it's like, no, you're perfectly ready. It's almost would be like, why was I fearful of this? That's ridiculous. This is easy. I've said this before. Life is supposed to be smooth. We're supposed to be within the energy flow of life. When we embrace the divine feminine energy, it is that we receive and we can move forward in ease. We're not meant to struggle. We're not meant to be in conflict. We are meant to take our unique gifts and talents and simply flow with them and work and be with them. There isn't meant to be any conflict or resistance. When there is, it could be one, that something does need to be healed. Number two, we need to shift perspective, see it in a different way. Or maybe it's just not meant for us. Like maybe it isn't. What we're wanting is not in alignment for what we're meant to be doing. There might be, simply having a bit of, oh, this looks good or sounds good, I should do it too, or what everybody else is doing. No, maybe not. Maybe not at all. Maybe really deep down don't really want to do it. So we are meant to be in ease and flow. And we're meant to be holding our power and knowing that this isn't scary, that this is our being and loving and embracing it. So questions you can ask yourself throughout this month is, what have you been scared to look at? And when you travel with your shadow self, ask these questions. Ask your shadow self this. What have you ignored, pushed aside, waited for? It's time to be courageous. A new adventure. Look at this as a new adventure, a new discoveries. This is exciting. Bring in your inner child. They'll help you get excited for this. A hidden talent gift to be revealed. But this is our energy for this month. And it's very powerful. And we can see so much here, so much richness for us. And how that's going to present itself for each of you will be very unique and different. I try to be like general and then I try to give a bit of specifics, but it's hard because we're all so different and we're all in different parts of our evolution, of our journey, our path, what we're working on, what we're doing on, but it's all so important. What you're doing, what you offer to this planet is so important. You are so important. Do not forget that. This is important for you. And to love yourself unconditionally in a deep way of all aspects of your being is so important. That's why we're here, is to understand in a very deep way, self-love. Because when we love ourselves deeply and completely, then we can love others in a deep and complete way. All right. So this is our reading. I am going to stop share just to see if there's any questions or anybody wants to share anything before we move into the shamanic journeying today. Higher self to be with me today for guidance. I usually ask when I need help. Yes, beautiful. Yes, I definitely felt strongly, especially with that middle card there. Our higher self is really working with us this month because we all have we're ready to get going and doing our not that the work that we've been doing up until this point hasn't been important. It has, but we have a lot of work moving forward, especially with rebuilding this planet and helping with this massive shift. So we all have to be like there. We all have to be ready. So our higher self is really working with us. So yes, thank you for that share. Okay. All right. Let us let us move into our shamanic journey. I really like this one. This one is a little intense. I am taking you into your um, underworld to connect with your shadow self. And you can definitely work with this meditation as much as you want. Oh, like over this month or even past this month at any time, but hopefully it will at least give you some ideas in how to connect with your shadow self and begin working with them. So I do have a visual for you because I know sometimes people like to gently look at a visual. And if you are not wanting to look at a visual, I would just ask you all to get into a comfortable position and hopefully a place where you will not be disturbed. And in your own time, you can gently gaze at Hidiki's door, or you can gently close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath, breathing nice and deeply into the abdomen. And as you breathe into your abdomen, feel your body opening up, expanding outwards. And as you exhale, feel your body dropping, letting go. And continue to breathe nice and deeply into the abdomen. Just allowing yourself to drop deeper and deeper within, allowing the body to let go more and more, softening, releasing any holding, any tension. Slowly and gently move your awareness into the heart. And at your heart, I want you to invite in your dragon spirit, your dragon guardian, who is going to be your guide, your protector, your support for today in this journeying. And without judgment, allow them to step in however they present themselves to you. And take a moment to embrace and welcome them. And with your dragon guardian, I want you to begin to visualize a beautiful temple at your heart. This temple is a temple that represents you, yourself, and allow the temple, it can look however you want it to look. And take a moment or two to really visualize and see this beautiful temple. It may be a temple that you have visited in the past. It may be a temple that you've seen in pictures, or it can be simply something that your imagination, that your inner self creates and presents to you. Nothing is wrong. Everything is perfect as it should be. You and your dragon guardian step in to this temple together. And as you begin to walk through your temple, you know that you've been here before. You know the rooms, the space, how it looks. It's all very comfortable, safe, familiar. And now you see your dragon guardian calls to you. And you find your guardian at a door that you have never noticed before, or maybe you have simply ignored. You feel a little hesitant as you face this door, but you feel curious and excited that there is something new to discover, something that has been hidden and is ready to be revealed. With your dragon, you and your dragon both knock on the door together. And the door begins to open, revealing a beautiful staircase that descends deep under your temple. Candles begin to light to support your journey downward. You ask your guardian to guide you. And you begin to follow your guardian down this beautiful winding staircase. And as you step downwards, a candle lightens up your path, showing you the way. And as you continue downwards, notice how it feels in this new space. Do you feel light? Do you feel a heaviness? Are there sounds? What does this space look like? What does it smell like? As you come closer to the bottom of the staircase, you see a person standing, waiting for you. You feel a deep connection with them, but they stand in shadow and are hard to see. Your dragon guardian greets them warmly, giving this person a big hug. Then you come face to face with your shadow self. You know instinctively who they are to you. And you greet them warmly, giving them a hug. You ask them how they are. I'm going to give you a little bit of time now to speak with your shadow self. Now ask your shadow self to show you what this part of your temple looks like. This is your underworld. What have you hidden down in this space that needs or wants to be revealed to you? Take time to explore with your shadow self and your dragon guardian. And remember, you can always ask them questions. It is time to come back, but before you leave, ask your shadow self if there is anything you can take with you that will help you in your life right now. Thank your shadow self for their insight, help, and healing today. Remember, they are you, and this space has always resided in you. You may return as much as you want to explore and to work with your shadow self. You and your dragon guardian begin to climb back up your beautiful staircase. And as the two of you make your way to the top, to where you entered the door, take a moment to think whether you'd like to keep this door closed, whether you like to have it open. Maybe you'd like to change this whole doorway into a beautiful open archway. As you move more into your temple, take a moment now to thank your dragon guardian for working with you today, for being your guide, your protector, your support. And know you can always call on them for help again. Gently and slowly make your way out of your temple, back into your heart space, and take a moment to just be within your heart. Allow yourself to process what you've learned today. Maybe you simply have just started a relationship with your shadow self. Gently and slowly begin to focus on your breath, breathing nice and deeply into your abdomen. Gently and slowly in your own time, begin to notice the little noises around you in the space you're seated or lying in. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching out. And as you flutter your eyelids open, you may want to write down what you've learned today. You may want to have some water, stretch out more, stand, and welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the shamanic journeying for this month. I hope you enjoyed the reading, that it gives you some support and guidance. Wishing you all so much love and light. If some of you would like to stay around after I stop the recording, you can. And for those of you who missed today because I forgot, I apologize. I did forget to let everybody know that there was a time change here in Canada, and yeah, for most of us in North America. I apologize for that. And you will get to see this in the replay. So wishing you all so much love and light. Let me know what you think. Send me any comments, emails. You know I'm always here for you. Bye for now.